Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of the vlog. So today's episode is going to be different to the normal program. So I have been working on the caddy, but there is a lot of stuff that I need to still do to bring you a video. So rather than give you another video where we didn't get to our objective, and we pretty much did, got to change a video. And another reason is because I'm actually going away, so I don't have enough time to complete this week's objectives. So I'm away for a week, so rather than you having no video, we've got this video that I'm going to show. And this video is from an event that I was able to attend, had the fortune of attending, from the SMMT, which is the motoring organisation, and they have an event a couple of times a year, and they invite car YouTubers and car journalists to an event where all the cars from the major manufacturers, all the decent cars from the major manufacturers are there, and we're able to drive and enjoy. So we've got two cars for you. I actually drove quite a few cars on that day, but the two I'm going to feature are the Cupra Born, which is very similar to the ID3, in fact identical, other than the fact that a different badge and front and back looks slightly weird, but it is the same car. So I wanted to have a preview of that, and a Golf R with a difference. So enjoy. Right, so we are now in a Cupra Born. Now I really love this car. It's such a lovely car in terms of the way it looks. It's probably the best looking EV on the market as far as I'm concerned. It just looks aggressive. Everything about it just looks really futuristic, but not sort of, it's timeless. So I think in a few years time this car will look every much as good as it does now in its current form and guise. So Cupra, you don't need to update this car. Let's take a look at the dashboard. So if you look at the dash, it's actually, they've updated, they seem to have updated the actual infotainment system, because it was a similar system to VW, but this one just seems to be better. You've got a small little dash here in the for you to get all your basic information, mileage, etc., how fast you're going. And then I love the steering wheel in this car. It is really nice to look at. Driving position is really comfortable. It has all leather around, and just that Cupra accents, the Cupra logo, and etc., and all of this dash just looks really nice. A couple of cubby holes for your drinks, and they're in the right place as well. And then of course you've got your phone charger in here, and additional package and a USB as well. Let's take this car out and see how she performs. All right, so let's move off then in the Cupra Born, and let's see how we get on the old hill course. Now straight away, driving this car feels a lot different than the Iconic 5 that I drove recently. This feels more like a car, a sporty car, even though it's kind of like, I don't know, what would you call this? Would you call this a SUV, maybe, type sport SUV perpetrating a sports car? Not sure. But in terms of the visibility, well, we got standard traditional mirrors, which is great. And they're in a good position, which means I'm not hunting for the mirror. And again, like I said, on the other car that I drove recently, it was I had to keep looking for the mirrors. But in this car, it's okay. The mirrors are fine, I can see them. Okay, so we're gonna just drive over now to the other side of the track. And it's a warm day today, so I'm just going to turn down the old AC. But again, the controls are all at your fingertips, so nice and easy to get to. And this car has got a heads-up display as well, so we got a good view. All the information that I need is in front of me, which is great. Okay. It's actually quite a comfortable car to drive as well. So the steering is quite light, but it doesn't feel like it's heavy. So we're going to give it some goes very well. Now I've actually considered buying one of these kookaburras because I do love the way they look. So I was particularly interested in driving this to see how she performs. And I can tell you this now, there's a bump. I'm going to go on the outside. I am not disappointed. So we're going to go down the Alpine route. And I'm using the whole road. And this circuit, the Alpine circuit in is a bit like traffic hazard. No, that was just a road. Yeah, the Alpine circuit is a bit like a roller coaster. There's a lot of blind corners, etc. And if you don't know this circuit, it will catch you out. Like this corner here, as you come down it to the what I call the ski jump. It can be a little bit aggressive. Okay. 15 mile an hour through this bit, and we're doing 42. Here we go. Here we go. It's a nice car. This car does not disappoint. It really doesn't. Not only does it look good on the outside, but it looks really nice on the inside as well. Cupra have really done this car justice, and I'm hoping to drive an ID3 later on, and hopefully we'll be able to see the difference. Let's give it an acceleration test. Yeah, it does accelerate pretty well. Okay, so here we have the latest version of the Golf R, which is a spectacular looking car, as you can see, in this nice lovely blue colour, and she's sitting on 21-inch wheels, very similar to what I have in my car. But just look at the exhaust at the back here, cockpit exhaust with a diffuser at the back as well. Really spectacular vehicle. The interior of this car is just to die for. It is beautiful. You've got these carbon fiber overlays on the car here, flat bottom steering wheel, and obviously with your little flappers, gear changes on the steering, big ones as well, so you don't have to fit aftermarket ones. They look spectacular, and of course your center speedo looking right at you just at the right place. The carbon overlays go right along the door as well, and the quality of this car just looks the business. I'm not a fan of little gear sticks, but you know what, that's passable, this one here. And I love the piano black interior as well. You know what, let's get this car out on the road. So start button. Oh, I love that. What we want to do, we want to hear this engine rather than hear the radio. Right, okay, so interior of the car, just gonna set myself up to go. I love my steering wheel coming forward. Let's take her into drive, boom, and we are good to go. The exhaust of this car just sounds fantastic. Do you know what, electric's taking over the world, but mate, as long as there are petrol vehicles, I will always be a petrol head. Okay, we're going to let the old Dacia go. He might actually hold me up. Right, we're going to go straight onto the red run with this one. Let's do that. Oh, this car feels so good. So good. What a great looking car this is. Just a shame they're going to stop making them soon. It really is. Right, okay, so we're going to put her into sports mode, so we're going to tap her down one more, and now we're in sports mode. You hear the gears shorten up. We're already in second gear, and the car wants to go, which is great. Okay, so we're just going to go out here really slowly until we get ourselves out onto the high-speed circuit, and then we're going to hear what this car really sounds like. Yeah, we're going to forget the high speed, the Alpine route. We're going straight in for the speed circuit. Go straight in for the Jaguar. Right, there's a truck going around the corner, so we're going to let that truck go because he's bigger than me. And off we go. Okay, straight in for the red circuit. High speed circuit, here we come. And already I can hear the exhaust on this car, the pops. I love that. Okay, here we go. Make sure nothing's coming. And love it. Love it. Woo! Hear that DSG burp. We're doing 90. So we're allowed to do 100 miles an hour on the high speed bowl. And we're doing 98. 100. There we go. And there's a bus. Why is there a bus in the high speed bowl? Oh, this car is so stable under speed. It's just brilliant. It is something else, really is. Love this car. It almost reminds me of my S3. Okay, so we're going to come off the high speed bowl. Exit is about a quarter of a mile. Hear that pop? Okay, here we go. You know what, I'm going to wind that window down so you can hear that exhaust. Hear that pop? Tell you what, this car does ooze confidence when you're driving it. It really does. It's just like getting on a bike for me, because the handling on this car is so much like the S3. Sharp, short turn. It just oozes confidence, and that's what you want in your hot hatch. And there's a Maserati in front of me, and he's driving very slow. Now he's probably driving slow because that's a very expensive car that he's driving. But this car, the handling on it is pretty good. We're doing about 45 now as we approach the Alpine circuit. And this car, like the Ioniq 5, has lane assist, which is really annoying. So as I'm going around a corner, the car is steering around the corner. So what do they call that? Level 1 autonomy. But in terms of the car sure-footedness, it is easy. It is so point and squirt, and so predictable as well. When you give the car some beans, it reacts perfectly. So I know where the car is going. So actually going around this time, the car feels a lot more confident. There he's snaking across the road. As we go around the corner here, literally touching the apex. We feel the car letting go at the back, and as we go around the corner here, we're using the whole road. It's just such a predictable car. And I can see Mo ahead of us in the white car. We've caught up to the Maserati and everyone's going slow and the fun stops. I love this car. It is such a nice car to have. It is literally like having a go-kart. And the pops and bangs for the back just sound great. We come down the hill now. Over the hill stop, or the ski jump as I call it. Yeah, I do like that. Now, Andrew Chapley, he runs the Volks Wizard channel, and he really raves about this car, and I can understand why now, because it is such a great platform. It really is exciting to have and own and to be able to drive. I have seriously undervalued the Golf R because I've had an S3, and I always looked at the S3 as the mothership, and then the R was just a cheap second. But that's not really the case here. This car stands on its own 2 feet. It is a pedigree car on its own right. It is a great car, and in the version 8 of this vehicle, it really does it justice, and I am overwhelmed, no, in awe of what Volkswagen have done. So VW, well done. You've created such a great car. The sad thing is it's not going to be around for much longer. With the regulations changing, that means that this car is destined to be a car that goes into the history book. So enjoy it while it lasts. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed that. Like I said, slightly a bit left field than what we normally do. And yes, I have been working on the Caddy, like I said, and we have been making some really good progress. It's been a bit of a challenge taking the head apart, but we're making the right progress. But I'm actually going to do something slightly different. I am taking the engine out rather than just take the head off, but I'm still going to take the head off as well. But you'll find out when we release that video. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe down below. Click on the bell notification so you're notified whenever we release a new video. And I will see you shortly, but not next week, but maybe next week, depending on what time I get back from my business trip. But other than that, have a good one, and we'll see you soon.